When you hear the words child labor, you might picture children working in cocoa fields, factories, or mines. But what if child labor isn't in a field or on a factory floor, but happening right in the palm of your hand, on your phone, on your feed? A new frontier of exploitation now demands our attention: digital child labor. Children who are born into the spotlight, filmed, monetized, and sometimes exploited online. I'm Afzal Ahmed, and this is Aloud from TRT Global Podcasts. This show brings you TRT Global articles made for audio. In this episode, we've adapted the article titled Born to be Watched: The Rise of Digital Child Labor, published June the 11th, 2025. At just 3.5 years old, Asian American Ryan Kaji became a viral sensation.
Ryan.
What?
Ryan, I have a surprise for you.
What?
Look over here.
Wow!
His toy review channel, Ryan's World on YouTube, skyrocketed after he unboxed over 100 toy cars and planes in a single video. That video has now surpassed 1 billion views. By the time he was 6, Ryan was one of the world's youngest millionaires. His Japanese and Vietnamese parents quit their jobs to manage his brand full-time. As of June 2025, Ryan's World has over 39 million subscribers, an online store. His product lines are sold in Walmart and Target. He has his own mobile game, and he even has his own movie. Ryan's World is widely credited with starting the global phenomenon of kidfluencing. But can a normal childhood coexist with millions of viewers, brand deals, and constant filming? In a podcast interview, Ryan's mother says she and her husband have always tried to have balance in mind for their son.
The big thing is, we want Ryan to have the most normal childhood possible. So when he's a grown up and he look back in his childhood, I don't want him to think as if like, oh, I'm making videos all the time. I don't want him to think, that he was a YouTuber. I want him to think, oh, I had a great childhood, spending time with my friends and family. I skateboarded, I swim, and I also do YouTube.
As Ryan's fame and fortune grew, so did public scrutiny. Online critics have questioned whether a truly normal childhood is possible when daily life is filmed, monetized, and distributed to millions, raising deeper concerns about consent, labor, and the long-term effects of growing up on camera. Experts warn that child influencers face an elevated risk of anxiety, depression, and substance use later in life, as their self-esteem becomes deeply tied to external validation. When their videos don't perform well, many young creators internalize the failure, believing they are the problem. Beyond kidfluencers, family vlogging has also raised alarm bells. Family vlogs are videos where content creators not only document their day-to-day lives, but also share details about their children's lives online. Family vloggers document everything from first steps to piano recitals to deeply personal milestones. Sherry Frankie, a former child star of the now deleted YouTube channel 8 Passengers, described life under constant surveillance in her memoir, The House of My Mother. In her book, she says that you couldn't sneeze without it being immortalized from multiple angles. Her mother, Ruby Frankie, chased online fame, often pushing private family moments into the public eye. Sherry recalls her mother saying, "This is what makes money, the personal stuff." But the family's story took a dark turn. In 2023, Ruby was arrested for child abuse after one of her malnourished sons escaped and asked a neighbor for help. Ruby was accused of withholding food from her children as punishment and was charged days later with 6 counts of aggravated child abuse. She was sentenced to 4 prison terms of 1 to 15 years each. 8 Passengers had 2.8 million followers when it got deleted. Sherry, in a court statement after her mother's conviction, gave a damning warning against family vlogging.
In any other context, it is understood that children cannot give consent, but for some reason, people think family vlogging is different. I did not realize the impact that filming as a child would have on me now. I want to be absolutely clear that there is no amount of money that can justify selling your soul as a child to the world. In no other industry would we justify unregulated child labor with a huge paycheck, and we should not do that here.
This raises a pressing question. Is family vlogging becoming a new form of child labor? Visibility on social media has now become a currency, and children, whose lives are often the main attraction, don't always have the power or the choice to say no. The legal system is struggling to catch up. In the United States, the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938 was written long before Instagram or YouTube. It largely exempts children working for family businesses, leaving young influencers unprotected. California's Coogan Law, introduced in 1939 to protect child actors, requires parents to place a portion of the child's earnings into a trust. But kidfluencers with no formal contracts have fallen into a legal blind spot. Ryan's father, who pays into a Coogan account, says they're going beyond what the law requires.
For Ryan's Mystery Playdate, we put 100% of the Ryan's talent fee to his Coogan account, and for his trust account too. And we make sure he has a stake of the company, and that's the one way that we feel like we can set him his course for his future.
Now several US states have started to act. In 2025, California expanded protections to include social media creators requiring Coogan trust accounts for their earnings. Illinois and Minnesota introduced new bills demanding compensation, trust accounts, and even the right for children to delete their content when they become adults. Utah passed new laws outlining clear responsibilities for parents managing the child's online work. Beyond the US, France became a pioneer in 2020 by passing a national law regulating child labor in monetized video content. It allows children to request the deletion of their content later in life, asserting their right to be forgotten. Belgium followed with a draft law in 2023 to regulate digital marketing and influencer content. Yet, many scholars warn that the law still lags far behind the pace of content creation. Social media trends move quickly, legal protections move slowly. Perhaps it's time we looked beyond cocoa fields and factory floors and towards the living rooms, bedrooms, and screens where millions of children remain unprotected. The digital realm and the rights there equally matter. That's all for this episode. Thank you for listening. This Aloud episode was an adaptation of an article on TRT World.